Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, episode number 133. And my name is Anisha. I have a background in psychology. I'm a mindfulness meditation teacher, and currently I am an aligned life coach for women. So basically, I help them figure out what matters most to them so that they can live a fulfilling and authentic life. So that is a little bit about me. And I would love to know about you, which part of the world you're joining us from. And are you here for the very first time? So feel free to drop in a hi in the comments so that, we can get started because the comments are the only way where, through which I can feel your presence. Okay. Hello, Fontana. Beautiful name. And Fontana says, morning from Canada, first time here. Then I'm so glad that this was going on your screen and you were like, okay, let's check this one out. And I do hope that you receive something of value from this live today. Hello, Kim. Good morning and welcome. Thank you for all the love. Okay, so I see a lot of new people here today. So let me give you guys an overview of what we do here in these lives. So, hello, Charmaine. Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you all here. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. It means a lot. Michael says, hi again, Anisha. Welcome back, Michael. I am so happy that you're getting some value out of these lives and you're joining us again. So Michael says it is 11:30 p.m. in Sydney. Okay, quite late for you. Ready to wind down with this unique experience. I love, what you named this. And I couldn't, I can't think of a better word for it. Unique because it is different every time, even though we go through the same process. So I hope that, after this live you feel, you fall into very peaceful sleep. Hello Saul, namaste, namaste, and welcome. Okay. So let me quickly tell you guys what we do here, and then we will begin, with the actual live. Okay, so it is the same time for Charmaine as well, and Charmaine is joining us from Melbourne. Beautiful. Thank you so much, guys, for spending, that time with me because the morning time and the night time is so very precious. So I am honored. Okay. So, what we are going to do here is we are going to start this live with a meditation of around 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. And that meditation is going to be based upon the quote that you might have seen when you opened today's Insight Timer app. So, we are going to really soak in that wisdom and, feed it to our subconscious mind so it can, start to impact our life. And once we are done with the meditation, we are getting, we are more open, more centered, our vibrations has been raised. Then we are going to move on to the next segment where we are going to receive that divine message, that higher piece of wisdom. And how we are going to do that is we have a wheel of wisdom, okay? And on that wheel are the names of so many transformational books that I have came across in my own journey of healing, of personal growth. So we will spin the wheel. The universe, divine, God, spirit, source, whatever you call it, is going to choose a book for us from that wheel. And then I will play a game where I will ask you guys to choose a number, and then we're going to read a passage based on that number. Okay. So I will share more details when we get to each step. But for right now, I am wondering, are you guys ready for the meditation for the first part of this live? So if you have settled into a quiet place, quiet, space, or wherever you would like to meditate, let me know by typing done in the comments or ready in the comments so that we can get started. Michael says, my old hometown, yay, Aussies. Okay, it is your hometown. Beautiful. Okay. Leslie says, good day from Florida. Welcome, Leslie. Thank you for joining us. Okay, wonderful. So, Kim is ready, Leslie is ready, Michael is ready, Charmaine is ready. Wonderful. So, I'm going to take a sip of water and then I will type in the comments that we're going to meditate for the next 20 minutes in case anyone joins, and then we will begin. Okay. Okay. Hello, Caitlin. So happy to have you here, and I'm glad that you're ready as well. Okay, so let's begin. So, begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can choose to sit down or lie in your bed, whatever your body needs right now. Lengthening your spine, rolling away your shoulders, resting your hands in your lap or on your knees. And as you continue to settle into this position, allow your eyes to close. Feel your eyelids getting heavier and heavier until they close. Feel your eyes resting in the sockets, knowing that you can return to full attention whenever you need to. Allow your awareness to rest on your breath, noticing the air flowing in and out of your nose. Notice how the air is cool as it enters your nostrils and how it gets slightly warmer as it leaves your nose. With each exhale, feel the relaxation in your body doubling up. Allow your body to let go of any tension it has been holding on to. And allow your mind to let go of all the worries. Simply resting physically and mentally. As you start to become more and more relaxed, feel your body melting a little deeper into the surface beneath you. Today, we are going to meditate and absorb the wisdom from a timeless quote by Bankei. The quote is, just as you are, right here and now is the way. Just as you are, right here and now is the way. This quote reminds us that enlightenment, or what you might call peace, wholeness, or awakening, isn't something that we achieve later by fixing or improving ourselves. It's something that is already present in us exactly as we are. The way that Bankei refers to means that natural flow of truth, reality, or life itself. The only time you ever exist is right here and now. Therefore, the only place you can possibly engage with reality, the only place where you can make a choice or take an action is in this moment. The present is the only stage available for life, and this very state that you are in, including your senses, your emotions, your sensations, or your thoughts that are present in this moment, is already a part of your awakening. You don't need to get somewhere else to find peace. You only need to wake up to this moment fully. So, as these words sink into your mind, allow your whole body to relax, breathing out any tightness or tension present in your body. Feel yourself relax more and more with each exhale. Feel your forehead softening, your jaw unclenching, your arms and legs getting heavier and heavier. A soft wave of relaxation has washed over your entire body. Every cell of your body is now at complete ease. And as you rest here, allow these words to flow into your subconscious mind. So feel free to simply listen or to repeat them after me. Wholeness isn't far away, it lives in me right here today. Wholeness isn't far away, it lives in me right here today. Who I am now is not a mistake, it's my sacred starting place. Who am I now is not a mistake, it's my sacred starting place. My worth is steady, come what may. I am lovable in every way. My worth is steady, come what may. I am lovable in every way. My flaws don't block, they help me see. Each one is a step towards being free. My flaws don't block, they help me see. Each one is a step towards being free. I am not broken. I am becoming more open. I am not broken. I am becoming more open. Each scar, each bruise, each tender slip guides my heart to what I choose. Each scar, each slip, each tender bruise guides my heart towards what I choose. Every flaw is a hidden guide showing where my heart can open wide. Every flaw is a hidden guide showing where my heart can open wide. Nothing about me is wrong. Every single part of me belongs. Nothing about me is wrong. Every single part of me belongs. Peace meets me here, not far away. It blooms within this very day. Peace meets me here, not far away. It blooms in me every single day. Nothing in me is out of place. It's all part of life's unfolding grace. Nothing in me is out of place. It's all part of life's unfolding grace. I am right on time. No race to run. My way unfolds and I am one. I am right on time. No race to run. My way unfolds and I am one. Enough I have been. Enough I will stay. My being shines in its own way. Enough I have been. Enough I will stay. My being shines in its own way. You did great. And now, as we reach the end of this meditation, I invite you to place a hand on your heart. Know that all these seeds of wisdom have been planted deep within your heart. Sometimes we find it difficult to accept ourselves as we are, and we end up judging ourselves, thinking that if we don't, then we would never be who we want to be. But we forget that that highest version of ourselves is already within us. Our truest self has never been touched by anything that has ever happened to us, that we have ever done. It is as pure as it was when you were born. And this part of you and every part of you deserves love, acceptance, and respect. So, to end this meditation, I invite you to send a wish to yourself. May I let in love. May I let in love. May I let in love today. Now you can rest your hand back to wherever it was, knowing that if you ever believed that you didn't deserve love or happiness, then you have set out this wish for yourself that you open yourself up to that love so you can be shown that this love has transformational powers to heal you and to heal anyone else, because of which you think that you might not deserve love or happiness. So now I invite you to take a deep breath in and out, gently waking up your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers. And whenever you feel ready, gently opening your eyes. Arriving back in the space. If you guys feel called to share your experience in the comments, you are welcome to do that. And if you don't feel like typing yet, that's all right. You can simply press the heart to let me know that the meditation resonated with you. So I see a lot of new people have joined us while we were meditating. So, in case you guys joined late or missed the meditation and want to catch it, because today we meditated upon the quote that you might have seen when you opened Inside Timer about accepting as you are and that being the way. So, yeah, if you want to catch on to it, I will share later towards the end of this live where you can find the meditation. Okay, let's see. There are some comments. So before we move on to the next segment of this live, let me go through the lovely comments. And before even that, when I read today's meditation, today's, quote on which the meditation was based, there were two things that popped up in my head that I really thought fitted well with today's quote. So I would like to share them here in case you really struggle with this, with incorporating this wisdom into your life, that you, as you are the way, to stop chasing after something in some distant future and arriving in the here and now. So I wanted to share two things if you want to, if this really resonated with you. So, this is the first resource that might help you shift your mindset from that, from always trying to gain something in the future. And the second resource that popped up in my head when I read the quote was this, and it will help you really experience how whatever you are seeking is right here, right now. So, I usually don't share resources after the meditation, but it really resonated. So, I thought of sharing them here, and I hope that you find them helpful. Okay, so now let's go through the comments and then we will move on to the readings. So, hello Vibhash, welcome. Welcome Shari, and I'm glad that the meditation, you were able to catch on to the meditation. Thank you, Marie. I am glad that you liked it, you liked the meditation. April is saying hello and sending a lot of love, and she says, I love your poetic affirmations. I am glad that they resonated. I found that they would be easier to remember in some way. So I'm glad that you like that format, April. Thank you for your feedback. Sumit is sending some love. And Charmaine says, beautiful meditation, very calming. Thank you. I am so happy that Charmaine, you found calm and peace as we went through that guidance. Caitlin says, thanks for the practice. When I read the quote this morning, I remembered you were on and was looking forward to our journey. It was a good one. Loved the excitement, Caitlin. And yeah, I really loved today's quote. So I was too looking forward to this. Okay, and I'm glad that it was a good journey for you. So now let's move on to the next part of this live. And for that, I want to introduce you guys to the Wheel of Wisdom. Okay, give me a second to show you guys our Wheel of Wisdom. So, this is our Wheel of Wisdom. And for those of you who are new here, this wheel contains the name of over 50 books, 50 transformational books that I've read in my own journey of healing and personal growth. And now we are more open, we are more centered, and in that state, we are going to ask the universe, ask God, divine, whatever you believe in, to send our way that message that we need for today. Okay. Oh, Charmaine, thank you so much for this kind gift. I appreciate it and I receive it with an open heart. And my wish for you is that this kindness that you have sent my way multiplies and returns back to you in peace, happiness, love, and healing. Okay. Yeah, I was saying that in order to receive that message that we most need to hear, let's send out an intention into the universe. So, before we spin the wheel, I invite you to take a moment and think, what is it that you would like to receive some guidance on? It can be a specific issue, a specific area of your life, a specific dream. And if you cannot think of anything specific, then you can set an intention to receive a message that is for your highest good. So once you have thought of either something specific or you have set this intention, let me know by typing ready, and then we will spin the wheel to see which book wants to guide us today. Okay, Fontana is ready, Kim is ready, beautiful. And I'm glad that you guys stayed. Okay, Cassandra says good morning. Good morning, Cassandra. Welcome back. Sumit is ready. Caitlin is also, has sent us the signal. Okay. Seems like you guys are ready. You guys have thought of something. Charmaine is ready as well. Thomas says, Hi, I heard the beginning. It had a phone call. So I had a phone call, so missed the last 10 minutes. That's all right, Thomas. I will share towards the end of this live where you can rewatch it in case you want to. Okay. Anyways, I'm glad that you're here. Okay. So now I invite you guys to hold whatever it is that you thought of in your awareness as we spin the wheel. I guess this book goes pretty well with today's meditation in a way. So the title that came up for us is the book that came up for us is The Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down. How to Be Calm in a Busy World. And this book has been written by Haemin Sunim. So let's see what this beautiful book has to offer us. And you're welcome, Thomas. Okay, give me a second to open the book. And now I'm choosing some numbers because in a moment we're going to play a game. So just a second. Mm. Okay. So, my lovely dear people, the instruction, especially for the ones joining for the very first time, is that in a moment from now, I am going to ask you guys to choose a number between certain numbers, okay? And I do not want you guys to rush. Instead, I want you guys to take your time and see which number is coming up for you. And then share that number in the comments, okay? And then I will go through all your numbers and choose a number randomly that I am feeling most called to, okay? So, in this way, we will get to tap into that collective wisdom and we will get to reconnect with our inner wisdom, this intuition of ours. So, the numbers between which I invite you guys to choose are 16 to 128. Okay, Kim is fast. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Fontana. Thank you, Rachel. So nice to see you here, Rachel. Thank you, April. Thank you, Sumit. Thank you, Cassandra, Lindsay, Charmaine. Okay, we got a lot of numbers. Wonderful. Anyone else who would like to share a number before we begin? Ah, you're always welcome here. Thank you, Thomas. Okay, so let's go with the numbers that we guys got. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay. So there is a number that got chosen twice, and the number is 38. And that has been chosen by Charmaine and April. Mm-hmm. Okay. Jules, thank you, Jules. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Roshni. Okay. But I'm feeling called. When I first saw that number, I did felt called towards that. And then I scrolled and I was like, okay, this number is twice. So I'm feeling like let's go with that. Let's go with page number 38 and see what wants to come through from that. Okay. So let's open this book. So as I was reading, these books, I highlighted the powerful, insights, the practices from these books. So I'm going to open this page and see what is the highlighted portion on that, and I will read that to you guys. Hmm. So the heading for this is When You Are Feeling Low. That is the name of the chapter. And the author says, Haemin Sunim, I'm feeling low. What should I do? So, like someone asked this question to the author, and the author says, quietly observe the feeling without trying to change it. It will change on its own. That line in itself is, before I even read that whole paragraph, that line in itself is enough. This is how we deal with feeling low. This is you know, um, the advice that you will get from a lot of professionals, which is to quietly observe the feeling without trying to change it. And it will change on its own because it will run its natural course. And all you have to do is just simply, observe it. And that's it. That is your task. So the author explains further as if gazing at a tree in the backyard, as if sitting by a river and watching the water flow by. So, like, observe that feeling in this manner. Quietly observe your feeling as if they are external to you. If you observe your feeling in this way for just 3 minutes, you will notice their energy and texture slowly changing. Feelings are often born from a matrix of conditions beyond your control. Just like you can't control the weather or your boss's mood, you can't control the feelings in your body. They are just passing through like clouds in the sky. They too dissipates on their own. But if you take them too seriously and start internalizing them as part of your identity, then you will resuscitate them every time you think about the past. So, as they start to fade away, each time you really attach to it and you feed it with your thoughts, it's like you bring them back to life again. You re trigger that emotion within you. So, remember that you are neither your feelings nor the story in your mind, nor the story your mind tells about you to make sense of them. You are the vast silence that knows of their emergence and their disappearance. Mm. So, the author did mention like sitting or observing them. Better than sitting, the word is observing because sometimes it is helpful to move your body. But yeah, if you simply, so the author asks us to observe it just for 3 minutes and you will see them change on their own. But there is a thing that you just need, so whenever something happens, that emotional reaction that you feel towards it actually is meant to last for just 90 seconds. And that's it. That is the cycle of that sensation or emotion that gets triggered within you. But what happens is that, it's not just the first sensation that appears in our body. Whenever we start to feel that first, um, we get that first glimpse of that feeling within us, we start to, have this whole story going on in our mind. And then every single thought of ours, triggers our emotion. Every thought triggers our emotion. And then there is this whole story, and there is this whole, um, like ball of emotions within us. And we feel too overwhelmed to meet it. And that is what happens if we, get hooked by that story or try to make sense of that emotion rather than just observing it. But if ideally, if you were to, when it got triggered within your body the first time, if you just, observed at that moment without feeding it with any more thought, it would have, run its course and fade away. But that is, as I mentioned, it is ideally, and it rarely happens. But no matter, at what point you catch it, if you catch it at a very later point, then you might need a certain strategy to lower the intensity of your feelings and then meet it. But if you catch it earlier, then what would happen is it might not take 90 seconds, it might take longer because you have made it stronger within you. But if you just stay long enough, if you just observe it for 3 minutes, as the author mentioned, you will see it change. You will see it, it would peak, the intensity would get higher, and then it would also get lower, you know. So you will see the true nature of your emotions, and you will also feel that, okay, I am here observing it, and here is my emotion doing its thing. So, so that is, the beautiful advice that the author shares. And actually, if you want to go through this process, I will go to the comment just in a second. But if you want to experience this, what I just mentioned, or if you want to learn how to be with your feelings because they feel too overwhelming or you don't want to, then I would, recommend you to check out a meditation that I have in this course that I have shared with you. And it will help you learn the skill to process your emotions rather than suppressing them because that won't do any good. And the author says that you cannot control your emotions just like you cannot control the weather, you cannot control your boss shouting at you. So, similarly, you cannot control your feelings, you cannot suppress them, you cannot shove them, you cannot, make them go away. And that should not be the intention. It should be to be with that part of you that is in suffering. If you want to be guided through this whole process, you can check out the meditation here. And now let's see what April has to say since we chose her number. Um, and anyone else also, if this resonated with you or if this is what you needed today, feel free to share that in the comments. So April says, this resonates as I stopped claiming emotions as my identity. Thank you for, highlighting that point from that reading exactly, such as saying, I am angry, sad, or fearful. It supports detaching your identity from your feelings. Exactly, because when we identify with it, like I am angry, or even worse, that I am an angry person, I am an anxious person, I am a depressed person, depressed may not fit the criteria of emotion. It is much more than that. But simply, whenever we attach a label to our identity, it's like I am angry, so there's this part of me that is angry. So I am angry, and there is a version of me that don't want to be angry. And then they're fighting together. It's like, you want to kill yourself, kill this part of you, meaning, the angry part of you, and there its existence is threatened. So what it would do is, it would try to fight harder. It would try to overcome you even more when you try to get rid of it. That's what happens when you try to control your emotions. it tries harder, it comes even more, stronger over you because it doesn't want to be um, eliminated from you. So that is why it is not recommended to identify with it. It is that problem, it is a part of the problem. And I am glad that, April actually feels how supportive it is to detach from that identity, to detach from that emotion, and to see it for what it is, and to see yourself for what you are. That you have the capacity to observe it, notice it, to not be consumed by it. So, thank you, April, for that wonderful share. And I'm glad that it resonated with you. Cassandra says exactly what I needed. I am so touched that, it resonated with both of you because when you share that, it actually builds my trust and my intuition that, yes, my connection with my inner wisdom is getting stronger. So thank you for sharing that. And Cassandra continues that I have been having the same feeling that won't go away. And I know it is so hard to feel the difficult emotions, And that is why if they are too overwhelming, or if there is a part of you that really, really wants them to go away, then there are two things. So for those two different scenarios, for the one that really, really wanted to go away, that is in suffering because of that emotion, you can offer compassion to that part that wants it to go away, that really is suffering because of that emotion. Okay. And for the other part that I mentioned, that if it is too overwhelming for you in that moment that you cannot even think about looking inwards and meeting that emotion, then you might try certain regulation techniques. For example, belly breathing or deep breathing, you might have heard of that. And there are so many more regulation techniques. And if you don't know what they are, or if you have never tried a regulation technique, then you're welcome to, find those on my profile. So I have like a playlist of that is titled Nervous System Regulation Techniques. So I hope that they will help you lower that intensity. Leslie says, in the past, we learned count to 10 to calm down. Yeah, that is helpful, because so when we are counting to 10, it serves many, many purposes. It creates a pause before we respond out of that emotion, before we react out of that emotion, so that, in that pause, we can do something and decide how I want to respond. And in that pause, counting to 10 can be used as a distraction, that might help you, feel less overwhelmed by the emotion. Or you can count to 10 and use that pause to meet your emotion, So there are so many purposes that can serve. So thank you, Leslie, for reminding us of that, beautiful practice. um, Peter says so important to have self-love and grace towards ourselves. Exactly, Peter, And I want to highlight that the author here said to, to sit with it for 3 minutes. So, and I mentioned that the initial cycle is just for 90 seconds. So no matter, how wise the author is as well, the thing to notice is that he also catches it later, when he got hooked by that story. So it is okay to give yourself that grace that, okay, you know, I got, I believe that story that my mind was telling me, and it created a lot more emotions than I initially had. And it's okay, it is a process. And the more you practice it, the earlier you would start to catch them. The more mindful you become, the more that catching power of yours will become. So I guess that's it for this reading. I am glad that it resonated with so many of you. Okay, so now let us move on to the next reading. But first, I will drink a sip of water. Thomas says, self talk. I like saying to the upset part that it's okay to feel this way. I accept you as you are. I love those statements, because they take away the resistance, they take away, you know, this extra suffering that we add that no, I don't want this. I want to get rid of this part. Why won't this emotion leave me alone? So when you bring acceptance through those statements, it really helps to let that part of you know that it belongs. Yeah, and oh, okay, more statements. So Thomas also says, I am listening, I'm here for you. And I've used like some of those exact statements with myself and in my meditations as well. So yeah, these are, they make that part if you feel like it's okay, it can be here. And that you are here, that it is not alone in that suffering. And and sometimes if you are feeling too overwhelmed and self-talk doesn't help, then that's also okay because you know if you are feeling too overwhelmed by those emotions, then your connection to your cognitive brain has been, so your thoughts are not enough at that moment to help you gain center, help you gain your center. So at that moment, go for something like body based regulation that can help you, that can help send a signal to your body that it is okay, that you are safe. And then you can move on to self talk, because sometimes the self talk don't work. And the reason is that because, you receive that signal from your body, and that connection between that part of your brain, the prefrontal, is not um is severed, and it is not, sending, your body is not receiving that signal that you are safe. So you need something body based in order to do that, something somatic. But yeah, so there are all these different things that we can do. And if it doesn't work for you, there is a reason, and it doesn't, and the reason is not that you are broken or that there is something wrong with you. Okay. So yeah, Thomas says well said. Well said. I'm glad that, that resonated as well. And Kim said, really wonderful and helpful for me. I'm so happy that, it was useful in some manner to you guys. Okay. Yeah. So now, okay. Yeah. So now it's time for the second reading for today. And again, if anyone new joined us, I invite you guys to take a second and think, what, would you like to receive some guidance on? Or simply ask God or universe or source, whatever you call it, that what do I need to receive today? And be open to that. And once you have thought of something or set that intention, hold that in your awareness as I spin the wheel. Okay, this is the same book that came up in our last live out of 50 books. So, the name of the book is Living with Your Heart Wide Open. I guess these books are really resonating with, the meditation. And the book has been written by Steve Flowers and Bob Stahl. So I am going to take a second and, open the book to see what wants to come for us today. So give me a second. I'm choosing some numbers for us. So we can play a game. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So, my dear ones, and anyone who joined us for the first time, I want to let you know the instruction for this game, which is that I would ask you guys to choose a number between certain numbers, and I do not want you guys to rush, but choose a number that you're feeling called to. Share that in the comments. I will go through all the comments and choose a number that I am feeling intuitively called to. Okay. So I invite you guys to choose a number between 21 to 177. Peter, I would request you to choose another number between this range, please. And thank you, Thomas, for this beautiful gift. I receive it with an open heart. And I so appreciate, this contribution as it is going towards making more resources for a lot of people who might need them. So thank you for allowing me to do that. And I hope that this kindness comes back to you when you need it most. Okay, so thank you, Peter. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you, Thomas. Oh, anyone else who would like to choose a number? Share a number. Okay, so let's go with the numbers that we have here. Hmm. Thank you, Jules. Okay. So the number that I'm feeling most called to is 160, and the number has been chosen by Kim for all of us. Thank you, Kim. So let's see what wants to come through page number 160. Okay, I'm trying to find the start of this paragraph, and Kim is happy. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so the heading for this is Love as a Way of Being. Love as a Way of Being. So there is a poem by Rumi that, the author mentions, which is Today, like every other day, we wake up empty and frightened. Today, like every other day, we wake up empty and frightened. Don't open the door to the study and begin reading. Take down a musical instrument. Let the beauty we love be what we do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. The author says, we love Rumi because he speaks from a wide open heart so eloquently. We can find the treasures of peace, loving kindness, and gentleness within ourselves when we let the beauty we love be what we do. If you want to learn about love, love this breath, this expression of life as it's happening in your body. Do it now. Don't just ponder the concept, really do it. Yeah, take a moment to love this breath that is keeping you alive. Can you feel the whole universe loving you? This love entering through your nose and touching every cell of your body right now, and taking away what you no longer need. So every time that you feel unloved, undeserving of love, can you remember that the whole universe is loving you right now, is keeping you alive right now, and your existence matters to this entire universe? If you did it with me, and if you would like to share what experience that you got, you're welcome to do that in the comments. Okay, there are instructions as well. Okay, I went with my own way. But yeah, there are instructions. So the author says, don't just ponder the concept, really do it. Close your eyes and love this breath as you're feeling it. Love isn't what you think, it's what you do. It's a way of being in this world. So it's not just maybe about the feeling, it's about pouring it into every second of you being here on this planet, you being alive as a human, making it as a way of being, having that intention behind anything that you do, anything that you create, anything that you say. Um, yeah, I guess I feel complete. There's more, but yeah, I feel complete. Okay, so we have a comment from Kim, whose number we chose. So let's see. Kim says, a sunbeam came through the window onto my meditation spot. Oh, that is purely magical. Oh, so warm and cozy it makes me feel. That is beautiful. And maybe it's like, the universe or God or source is sending light into your life, or a ray of hope or warmth, whatever that sunbeam depicts for you, Kim. Feel it entering into your life and impacting your life, your day ahead. What it would be like if we believed that that is what is entering into my life, or, the universe really loves me, it is supporting me, instead of life is harsh and life is full of suffering. What it would be like to live a day with this kind of mindset, with this kind of belief, with this kind of feeling in our heart. I don't know about you, but I'm going to give that a try tomorrow. Okay, because yeah, these messages are for all of us, not just the person whose number I choose, but everyone listening here, because you were meant to be here, that's why you're here. And it is for me as well. So, for everyone, and maybe for anyone else who didn't tune in, but who was sitting beside the person who tuned into this live. So yeah, that the message reaches you in mysterious ways. Okay, we have some more comments. Leslie says, really feeling the breath, breathe as is the holiest of holy experience. Yeah, isn't it? I feel like saying thank you to my breath for keeping me alive. Okay. Yeah, Misha says that's a beautiful perspective. I'm glad that it resonated with you, Misha. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Cassandra says love can be interpreted so many ways to different people. Exactly. So asking yourself, what does love mean for me? When would I feel loved? Like truly loved for who I am? And having clarity on that. And if you need to take any action, then take that so you feel more of that love. Thomas says, I felt gratitude and emotional. Thank you. Yeah, those were the same feelings for me as well. Thank you for sharing your experience, Thomas. Okay, so my dear ones, we are nearing the end of this live. And so before, you know, I close, or if, anyone is planning to leave, I want to share with you guys um, where you can find this particular live in case you joined late or in case you missed anything or you would like to redo the meditation. So, if that is what you want, then okay, give me a second to show you where you can find this particular live and all the lives up until now in this whole series. Okay. So where you will find it is you can go to my profile on Insight Timer and there would be about section towards the end there. And when you will scroll all the way down, you will see something like this. And here you will find this particular live and all of the lives up until now. And yeah, you can play with them. I have created a game out of that as well. So, and if you don't want to watch the whole video, then there is another way to access what we covered today, which is you can join, my group, which is on Inside Timer, and the name of it is Wonderful Beings. You can either search for it in the search box on Inside Timer, or you can go to my homepage and scroll all the way down. And towards the end, you will find a little community here. And here you will find, this group where within like 5 or 10 minutes of this live ending, I post a summary of the live, like the type of meditation that we did, the name of the books that we read, and the readings that we did. So everything in one place. So yeah, and some more things that I update there. So if you want to, I would love to have you there. And now I have some more things to share, some more offerings to share, but I know there are some people here as well who have been here before, who are regular ones, and who know what I'm going to mention next. So, in case you guys want to, leave and, move to anything else that you have planned for the rest of the day, you can, bid goodbye. Only if you want, to listen to me talk about those stuff, all my offerings, then you're welcome to stay. But yeah, if you want to leave, you can say goodbye and you can, catch me day after tomorrow at the same time. April says, thank you for another inspiring session. I am glad that you are enjoying these sessions, April. It is always lovely having you here. And I hope to see you in the next one as well. And now, for the ones who decided to stay or for the ones who are joining for the very first time, I would like to share with you guys some of my offerings that I've created for you. So, all the resources that I've created for you. Leslie says, so lovely to be here today, Anisha. Many thanks and peace to all. It was lovely having you here, Leslie, as well. Thank you for joining in, and I hope to see you in the next live. Okay, yeah. So, I was sharing that. So, there are like three places where you can find all of the resources, all of my offerings that I have created for you. Thank you so much, Kim, for this generous donation. And I want you to know that every single donation that has come forward here in this space with a lot of love, I am so honored to receive that and know that every single one of those donations is going to help me to create more resources and to offer more free stuff to anyone, who might not be able to access them but need them. So thank you for allowing me to, you know, to keep that circle of compassion going and for being a part of that. Oh, thank you so much, Misha, for this kind donation. I am touched by your love, and I am sending you, both of you, a lot of love, healing, strength, peace, and whatever else that you need in this season of your life. So thank you, guys. Okay. Yeah, so I was sharing now where you can find these resources that I've created. So the first place out of the three places is, so I shared with you where you can find the group, right? So just above it on the homepage only, you will see a playlist section. Okay. And here you will find all of my four playlists in which I have organized all of the meditations that I have created, all of the talks. Okay. So the first playlist here is 21 Days Mindfulness Meditation Challenge. And all the tracks in this playlist are free so that anyone who wants to develop this habit of meditation can get started and also start to see the impact of being more mindful, being more present as they go through their daily life. So, if you want to do that, if you are interested in that, you can check this out. The second playlist that I mentioned before is the nervous system regulation techniques. So, in this particular playlist, you will find a lot of different regulation techniques that you can use when you're feeling emotionally overwhelmed, when you're feeling that I cannot tolerate this emotion, it is just too much for me. So you can use these techniques, try them, and just choose your favorite one that helps you feel more regulated, that helps you, um, feel more grounded, centered, and helps you meet your emotions after that. So if the intensity is high, you can use these to lower that intensity of emotion. The third playlist that I have here is for negative, thoughts and limiting beliefs. So if you have any of these limiting beliefs, which are common ones, like there is something wrong with me, I'm not good enough, I am too broken to heal, what if I make the wrong decision? So if you relate to any of them, you can check this out because I have like 3 to 4 minutes tracks that help you shift your mindset as well as feel less alone as you're feeling that way, as you are thinking those thoughts. Okay. And the final playlist that I have here is Wheel of Wisdom Pick a Meditation. So this includes the meditations from this very live of Wheel of Wisdom. And I have released some of them like in a sequence, and hundreds of them are on the way. So yeah, you can open this playlist and play the game that we did here in this live, which is tuning into your intuition, like closing your eyes. The instructions are here, okay? So close your eyes, scroll through it, point a finger, and wherever you stop, open your eyes and see this is the meditation that wants to come through for you today. So practice that. So let your intuition guide you as to what you need most today. So, this will help you strengthen your connection with your inner wisdom. So, this is the first place where you can find all of my resources, like my tracks. The second place where you can find the things that I've created for you is the courses section. Okay, so here you will find all of my 7 courses that are available. You can scroll them and check them out. So, to briefly quickly mention, 3 of them are related to negative thoughts, identifying the different ways of thinking that are not helpful, identifying the hidden limiting beliefs that are controlling your life, a step by step process to, move towards healthy thinking using a therapeutic approach, which is CBT. And then I have some courses that I already shared, like courses on accepting life as it is, learning to, accept what is happening, process it in a healthy manner, and then find a way to move on. And then there is this other course on how to live more mindfully with more presence. So after the playlist, you can get to that course and, deepen that even more. And I have a course on how to stop chasing, start living, and how to find peace right now in this moment in your current life. So these are all the 7 courses that I have. And if any heading resonated with you, if any title resonated with you, any topic, then you can go to that courses section that I just showed you and check them out. I didn't mention it here because it would consume a lot of your time. And the final place, if anything that I shared, didn't is not providing you what you need at this moment of your life. So, if that is the case, if you didn't got what you were looking for or what you need right now, then there is this third place where you will find that. So, you can go to the About section of my profile, scroll all the way down, and here, when you click here, you will find a way to talk personally with me, have a session and actually receive that personalized guidance and support. Have that space where you feel seen, heard, supported, and where you can move ahead one step at a time. So, if you want to explore or, talk to me about whatever is happening in your life and gain some insight into that, then you can check, a way here. And there are a lot of like free gifts for you as well here, which I think you would like, especially since the year is coming to an end. So I have like a challenge there as well to head start your next year. So yeah, you will find all of that here as well as my journey. So if you are interested in that, in knowing what I have been through and everything, then you can check that out as well here. Okay. So these were all the 3 places that, where I've shared everything that I offer. And I hope that something resonated with you that you can go to after this live and start making that change in your life. So I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to me so patiently, for your lovely presence, for all those hearts that flowed in, and for all this, support that you guys have shown me. Thank you, Misha, Kim, Thomas, and Charmaine. Thank you so much. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. I will see you day after tomorrow. Bye. You're welcome, Cassandra.